Isn't it kind of odd that LeBron's got multiple hair transplants, but regardless of what he does, he continues to lose his hair? The problem with LeBron is that he deals with male pattern baldness, and no matter how many hair transplants he gets, eventually he's going to run out of all these donor sites, making him permanently bald. The biggest mistake he made was that he got a hair transplant way too early, and I understand that because he's in the spotlight, he wants to keep his full head of hair, but that's actually not what you want to do when you notice signs of hair thinning. The most critical thing you need to do when you notice any signs of hair loss is to immediately start addressing it and find out the root cause and start looking for solutions. Because if we look at the Norwood scale, if you're about at a 3 or 4, chances are your follicles can still regrow, but if you're at a 6 or 7, most likely you're gonna have to consider a hair transplant. Hair transplants can be an option, but it comes with a lot of risk, and as you've seen with LeBron, it's not always a 100% success rate, regardless of how many times you do it. That's the reason why I actually reject over 80% of people that come to me that want to get a hair transplant, and the problem is that they over expect that their hair is going to be completely back to normal as they were as a kid, but unfortunately, if you have male pattern baldness, even if I fix the front hairline here, all the hairs on the back here are still going to fall out, and you're going to have to come back multiple times to maybe keep your hair. Something I started implementing into my practice for people who only deal with thinning hair is to swap over to using the Spectral DNC with 5% minoxidil. The best thing about minoxidil is that it doesn't act like minoxidil, where there's a lot of unwanted side effects which no one wants to deal with. What we want is to activate our papillas to work with our follicles and push away any unwanted DHT to make a lot stronger hair structures so they last longer. About 2 months back, I had a young client come in who was very self-conscious of his receding hairline, and he really wanted to get a hair transplant, and I told him not to take that risk, but try using Spectral DNC for at least a month consistently before coming back to me. After that first month, he came back for a follow-up, and the amount of progress that I seen on his hairline, like especially in this area where he was actually receding, got me to a point where I didn't even think he needed this at all. Now, I always tell my clients that results may vary from person to person, but it depends how consistent you are with this to actually see some progress. So if you notice your hairline's been receding and you're showing signs of balding, I'm telling you, try out the spray. I'll leave you a link so you can get one too.